time.
Hi guys, coming to you today from the Curiosity Classroom. It's kind of cold and windy day outside, so we thought we'd bring you a video from the classroom today and show you some ideas of some things you can do with your Wonderkit. So that Wonderkit box has so much potential, and it's just a blank canvas for anything that you'd like to do. So I thought I'd bring you a tutorial today of how to do some leaf stamping on your box. But there's so many other things that you can do with your box. I'm going to show you a couple at the end of the video. But let's get started. Today we're going to do some leaf stamping. And so there's just a few things that you need. You're going to need your Wonderkit box. Don't throw these away or recycle them. There's lots of good things you can do with them. So your Wonderkit box. Also some leaves. And when you're out collecting leaves, look for leaves that have really good veins on them, really deep, pronounced veins. That's going to give us the best imprint when we're making our leaf stamp. So look for leaves that have really good veins. You're also going to need some paintbrushes. These are kind of like paintbrushes we just had around. There are some really good ones, some not so good ones, but you just need something to smooth the paint on. You could even use a popsicle stick if you don't have a paintbrush. You could use your fingers as well to spread the paint. So paintbrushes aren't a necessity. You can see I've been playing already today, so I already have lots of paint on me. I'm gonna have a piece of paper just because you get the best print if you stamp onto a piece of paper and then onto your box. So I have some white paper, a paper plate, and then just some paint. I'm using acrylic paint today. That's probably the best thing you can use. Watercolor is not gonna be great on cardboard. You can also use lots of other supplies that you have around, markers. I have some chalk markers here. So any tool that you have, you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils, anything that you have laying around to decorate your box. But today we're going to use paint for our leaf stamping. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the leaves, and this is not from a tree actually, this is from a shrub, a hydrangea bush. And I'm going to take my leaf and I'm going to pick which color I want this leaf to be. Right now it's kind of a purpley color. So I think I'm going to paint it purple. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and a couple of different purples. There's some red in there too, which is kind of fun. It's fun to mix the paints. I'm just kind of a messy painter anyway. So this is a great project for me because you just kind of slap the paint on. And remember, we're using the vein side of the leaf. So the back side of the leaf is what you want to be painting. And I'm going to try to get all the edges. This is also why you want a piece of paper too, so you can catch the paint on the edges when you get the edges. So I'm just going to go through and cover my whole leaf from tip to tip. I'm also going to color down the stem a little bit just because I like the way that that looks when I stamp it. And I'm seeing lots of secondary veins too. So you kind of have the midrib and the main veins, and then this leaf has lots of really cool secondary veins. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. Now, you want to cover your leaf so you can't really see any of the underside, any of the green of the leaf, but you don't want to like pile the paint on because we're making a stamp, so you're going to want to see the underside of the leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my leaf and I'm actually going to stamp it on my paper. And see, I'm just pressing the leaf down. I'm not like rubbing it or slamming on it. I'm just pressing it down gently so I can try to get some of the paint off. I'm going to lift. So you see that kind of looks like our leaf, but we wanted to get as much as like the blotchy, heavy, where I had heavy paint on my leaf, I want to get that off. So then I'm going to go to my box, and I had already done this leaf before. This is a ginkgo, and I just kind of colored it like a rainbow. And the reason that this didn't show up really, really well is the ginkgo doesn't have great veins. It has a really cool shape, which is what's captured here, but it doesn't have a lot of veins. And so again, if you want this veining on your box, get leaves with really good veins. Then I'm just going to take my leaf and stamp it down onto my box. And then we're going to lift, and hopefully we have a pretty cool leaf shape. So now what we can do is what I did, because this looks kind of blobby at this point, what I could do is go back like I did with the ginkgo, and I could use a permanent marker, or this is a chalk pen, but you could use a pen to outline the outside of your leaf. And again, there's lots of different things you could do with this leaf stamping. You could make it kind of look like camouflage all over. You could do just a few and label what kinds they are. So there's lots of different options you can do with this leaf painting. I use this chinkapin oak. This is from the children's garden. This is one of the big oaks in the children's garden. And I did one, and that one turned out really good. So you can see on the back of this box that you can really see the veination really well. So just to show you a couple of the other ideas that I had, this was one that I painted, and I just used the Wonderkit sticker as the center of the sunflower. So I just drew it with a pencil and then went in and added the paint. So this could be like a box for different science stuff that you have, like your magnifying glass and ruler and things like that, just to store it in. Or you can just store fun things you've collected in it. So that's one idea. I also thought this would be a great box for cookies. So if you wanted to bake some cookies and send them to a friend or take them to a friend, this would be a great box. So I just drew some cookies on here with a permanent marker. And the little cookies are like winking and smiling and super happy. So that's an option too. And then this was just an idea for a nature box. So if you're gonna go out and collect leaves or collect anything, you could I just painted some leaves on here and then used permanent marker and wrote my nature box. So don't throw your boxes away. So many really cool things that you can do with them, ways that you can use them. If you guys come up with some fun ways, let Dr. Norm and I know. We'd love to see pictures of how you're creating your boxes and using your boxes. This is just a couple of ways and millions of different ways you can create a cool box. So we look forward to seeing you guys next time.